hello, nobody's going to discover you for you. You have to do it by yourself. And that's why a lot of people don't know how to handle love, because they don't understand what loving themselves means. It's not all the friends that you make in your early 20s that will get to your late 20s with you and your 30s. Love yourself, like, genuinely, the way you would love other people. A lot of people make the mistake of putting other people first and all of that. You are as important as these other people. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time I'm seeing my face, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Bimi and I'm a YouTuber based in Nigeria. And if this is not your first time, thank you so much for stopping by again to watch my videos. And if you're watching this video right now and you don't click and you're not subscribed, please do also click the subscribe button and the notification bell icon beside it. I trust you to do that right away. Yeah. So yeah, as you already seen in the title and the thumbnail, I want to talk about things to prioritize in your 20s, in your early 20s. Yeah, things to prioritize in your early 20s in this video. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, let's get into it. Yeah, let me just address it. Like, someone reached out to me. I was like, I should try and be making my face up for my videos, and I'm like, hey, I think I should have added it in my introductory video that I don't know how to do makeup. I suck at makeup. The only thing I know how to do is apply lip gloss and foundation. Even that foundation, sometimes I don't blend it well, so I'm not good at makeup. So that if you are not seeing makeup on my face for my sit down videos, it's not my fault. Like, I don't know how to do makeup, and I'm trying so hard to learn. I have products and all of that, but that's not the basis of this video. So I'm just trying to inform you guys about the reason why I might not be using makeup in my sit down videos, and I hope you guys understand. But as time goes on, if I know how to do it, why not? So thank you guys. So let's get into it. I want to talk about things that you should prioritize in your early 20s, and in this video I'll be talking about 5 things you should prioritize in your early 20s. When you clock 18, it seems like, oh, you have the freedom and all of that, and then a lot of times, let me say a lot of times, sometimes the anxiety, the joy, the happiness, everything, the excitement, the excitement makes you feel like you have freedom, and then you're not paying attention to the real things you should pay attention to. Like, you're not paying attention to the basic things you should pay attention to in your early 20s. So I'm just going to be talking about those things today, and I hope you learn 1 or 2 things. And what you do in your early 20s that would, it's not like that will make you, but when you start doing some things early in your 20s, you realize that in your late 20s, you're not going to regret some things, if that makes sense. The first thing you should prioritize is yourself. Like, you are a priority. Like, a lot of times it sucks when I see people feel like other people are much better than them. Like, of course there's people that are better than you, but not in that sense. Like, when I see people putting other people first before them, like, a lot of people will target selfishness, like, oh, you are selfish and all that. Yeah, you are selfish, but in your early 20s, understand that you are a priority, and the first thing you should prioritize is yourself. Because when you prioritize yourself, it affects some of the decisions you make. A lot of people make the mistake of putting other people first and all of that. You are as important as these other people, and when it comes to you, you are the most important thing. So the first thing you should do is prioritize yourself. You are very, very, very much important. Other people will not prioritize you the way you do, and when you prioritize yourself, it radiates to other people, and then that's when people will now be like, oh, don't do this to her, she will, like, that's when you know how to set boundaries and all of these other things. Do you understand? Like, prioritize yourself. People will say you are selfish, but yeah, it's normal for people to say, oh, prioritizing yourself is selfishness. But yeah, it is not selfishness, because you are not going to harm yourself for other people. I'm not saying don't make sacrifices for people, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, make yourself a priority. Think about yourself first. Think about yourself. Okay, what exactly am I going to do for myself before thinking of others? Because this is your life, this is yourself. I'm not saying don't consider others, but I just let there be balance. Like, put yourself first. Like, make yourself a priority. And the second one is self-love. Now, from putting yourself first, then we can now come into self-love, because it is until you realize that you want to put yourself first, that's when you can now think of, okay, I want to love myself. like the way I want to do. Although self-love can lead to putting yourself first and all of that, because when you love yourself you realize that you want to put yourself first. But yeah, like, but if the first one is prioritizing yourself, and then I'll prioritize self-love. Like self-love is very, very much important. Like love yourself, accept yourself, like love yourself, like genuinely, the way you would love other people, the way you would love your boyfriend, the way you would love your sisters and your mother. Like love yourself, like love up on yourself. Times that you have to be alone by yourself, and love up on yourself, cry, laugh, and all of those things. Like prioritize self-love in your early 20s, and acceptance, and like self-love and self-acceptance. Like accept yourself, accept that your weaknesses don't make you. The only thing that you can do to control it is how you work on it. Like focus on your strengths and not your weaknesses. Like accept yourself the way you are. If you have a broken teeth, accept yourself like that. If you have a big teeth, accept yourself like that. If you have a big lip or a big head, accept yourself that way. If you have not accepted yourself, other people will not accept you. Even if you have a perfect body and you don't accept yourself, other people will still not accept you. So it starts from you first. It's not from other people. It starts from you first, and then other people now saying, oh yeah, let's accept this person. Oh, this is so it starts from you. Accept yourself, love yourself, and focus on making sure that you work on yourself so much that this self-love radiates to other people. Of course, there's no way you will love yourself that other people will not will not notice that you love yourself. It is in self-love that you realize that, oh, you have to set boundaries, you have to do all these things. Self-love is very wide, and you can just read about it. I don't want to go too much into it in this video, because this is just like, I don't want this video to be too long. So the first one is prioritize yourself, prioritize self-love and self-acceptance. Like accept yourself for who you are. If you are short, yes, I'm short. God created me like that, and I'm going to accept myself. You don't have to accept me, but I am accepting myself. And there's something you're going to do about it. If I'm too tall, of course I cannot be too tall. I cannot be too tall. I am too tall for you, but I'm not too tall for myself and for the people who genuinely love me. Yeah. So accept your height, accept your complexion, accept anything. I know that it's not as easy as I am saying, because I've dealt with this before too. But if you learn how to accept yourself, like you have to just learn it and grow into it. It's not a day job. You have to learn it and grow into it. As time goes on, people will start accepting you because they don't have a choice anymore. Because when you realize that you own it, you are not seeing it as a big deal. Then they cannot even come to you and start saying nonsense to you, because they realize that, okay, the way you are handling it is very much. Now if you make it if it becomes a source of, or let me just say, if it becomes something that makes you have to lose self-esteem, that's when people will not start capitalizing on it. That, oh, but when you realize that you yourself, you are not even taking any chances, like you accept, okay, fine, I have a big leg, cool, I accept myself that way. You don't have to accept me. I accept myself, and there's nothing I cannot reject. See, the only person that cannot reject you is yourself. The only person that can love you properly, aside from God, is yourself. Even your parents might have other children and might not love you the way you should be loved. But if you love yourself, I'm not against external love and all of that. Of course, I love love and all of these things, but it starts from you first. You cannot even know how to love people properly if you've not loved yourself. You cannot accept love from other people if you've not loved yourself. And that's why a lot of people don't know how to handle love, because they don't understand what loving themselves means. Third one is self-discovery. Now, in your early 20s, you have to know who you really are. Like it can be synonymously termed as identity, but in this video I want to use as self-discovery. Like, who exactly are you? Like, do you know who you are exactly? Okay, like, am I an introvert? Am I an extrovert? And you don't have to lie to yourself because you want to please other people or impress other people. Be truthful to yourself. Like, spend time with yourself. Who exactly am I? Like, what do I like? What are my dislikes? What pisses me off? What turns me off? What are my allergies? Discover yourself. Know what are my gifts, what are my talents, what do I find interesting, what do I like. See, forget the popular belief of the society, because they believe that at this age you're supposed to like this. Focus on yourself. Like, what exactly do you like? What do you want? Like, discover yourself by yourself. Like, you can use you can, with the help of probably a counselor or something, you can actually do that. But the main thing is discovering yourself. Like, you have to know who you really are. Like, you have to know who am I exactly? Who am I? Like, identify yourself. No, like, what exactly is it that I don't like? What is it that turns me on? What are the things that turns me off? What are my pet peeves? What are the things that I find so irritating? What are the things that it is when you know all of these things that you know how to set clear boundaries? Because when you know that, okay, you don't like people talking to you in a certain way, then you have to set that boundary. Because some people don't have issues with people talking to them in a certain way, and you do. So you have to tell, I don't like the way you talk to me. I don't want to be talked to this way. So that's it. So identify who you are and discover yourself. Like, it's very, very much important. Self-discovery is very, very much important in your early 20s. Like, you have to make it a priority, because hello, nobody's going to discover you for you. You have to do it by yourself. Only you can discover you for you the right way. So focus on self-discovery and make sure that you know who you really are in your early 20s. So the fourth one is your holistic health. As much as it is important that you take care of your body, you should take care of your mental health as well. So holistic health encompasses all your, like, your mental health, your body, your physical health, your mind, your spirit, your soul, every single thing. So your holistic health is very much important in your early 20s. Like, you have to take it very, very seriously. Like, you can't just say that, okay, this is not important right now. Like, as much as your mental health is important, so is your physical health. As much as your physical health is important, so is your mental health. So you have to take all these things very seriously. That's why you say your holistic health is very, very, very much important. Take care of yourself. Like, take care of yourself. Like, pay attention to your mental health. Know your triggers, know your stressors, know every single thing. Like, know your allergies, some things that you should not eat. If you are lactose intolerant, or maybe you react to a certain food or something, like, take all these things very, very, very seriously. Like, your mental health, stay away from toxic people, stay away from toxic things. Like, prioritize it. Like, all these things, like, they are under prioritizing yourself, if you ask me. Because when you prioritize yourself, you know that these are the things that I must not do, these are the people I must not move with, these are the things that I should not do, because I love myself and I actually don't want to lose myself. Do you understand? So your holistic health is much more important in your early 20s. Like, your mental health, your physical health, your body, your mind, your soul, every single thing, your all-round wellness is important. So don't put one of that over the other. Like, find the balance. So please, your mental health is very much important. Like I said, know your triggers, know your stressors. Know if you have panic attack. Like, be aware of all these things. Like, if you have PTSD, you should know that there are some things you should not do. There are some things you should not watch. There's some places you should not go. If you have anxiety, you know that there's some things you should not do, there's some things you should not watch, there's some things you should not even try and copy and all of that, because you can't compare you have anxiety with somebody that doesn't have anxiety. So know all these things and pay attention to them. Do you understand? And the last one is meaningful and good relationship. In your early 20s, you need good people, because as we grow, we become probably dispersed. You get, like, all of us, if we are like this before, like, maybe there are like 10 friends before. As time goes on, like maybe 5 years later, 6 years later, you realize that the 10 friends are becoming lesser and lesser and lesser. I'm not saying it might not be applicable in all situations, but I'm just saying that the friends we like, imagine like when you are 21, all of the friends you're with and everybody you know might not be there when you are 29. So because at that point you are more focused on the things that are more important, because you're like, okay, if this thing is not more important, there's no point. So the time you can actually create good relationship with people is when you're in your early 20s. Like, because in your 30s, guy, you're 30 or 20, when you're 29 or 30, you're already trying to look at, oh, I want to settle down, I want to focus on my career, I want to focus on my life. You are just about the things that are much more important. So it's not about, of course you want to have good relationship, but at that point, that's not what is important. Like, what is more important to you is what your life and your career or something. So it's the people that you see that are your friends. So the time you can actually blend with people, create relationship and meaningful, and some of these friends that you make in your early 20s become good people for you. Like, they become helpful as you journey through your late 20s. But the main point of this is it's not all the friends that you make in your early 20s that will get to your late 20s with you and your 30s. And in your late 20s, you don't have that time again to start making friends and start saying, oh, of course you can still make friends, but that's you have just focused on the most important thing. Like, you are not just there trying to say, I want this friend, I want this. You are focused on the most important thing, and sometimes your career and all of these things matter more to you than friendship. Because in fact, at that point, when people get to that point where they be like, I don't need any friend. I don't need any friend. I just want to focus on my career, because you already have experiences about betrayals, breakups, and all of these things. So that's all about that. Let me just go through everything again. So the first thing is yourself. Then the second thing is self-love and self-acceptance. Then the third one is self-discovery. The first one is your holistic health. And then the last one is good and meaningful relationships. Like, you have to keep all of the things running in your early 20s. Like, you have to make you have to make them a priority, because in your late 20s, like I said, you are focused on the most important thing. In fact, it becomes easy to cut people off. It becomes easy to do all of these things because you are focused on yourself. And that time you're already building a family. Like, you might have been building a family at that time, so you don't even want to focus on anything that is not important. You just want to. So all of these things is when you're in your early 20s that you can start doing all of these things, because you feel like you have time, and then you want to mingle, you want to, you get. So I hope you've learned one or two things in this video, and I wanted to just put in the comment section the one that you feel like applies to you most, and the one you feel like you want to start doing, or maybe there's something I didn't mention or I didn't talk on and you want to tell me. Please let me know in the comment section. And like I said, I reply all my comments. I reply all my comments. So I would like to chat with you guys in the comment section. Please comment, like this video, and most importantly, subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.